And now our top story, Philippines President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is on a 5-day India visit. Now his visit holds special significance as India and Philippines are celebrating 75 years of diplomatic relations. While our diplomatic relations are new, our civilizational contacts date back to ancient times. And to talk more on India-Philippines bilateral ties, we are now joined by Ambassador Anil Wadhwa. Good afternoon, Ambassador. Now, how crucial is this visit, the first visit rather, by the Philippines President Marcos Jr. to India, and how will this pave way towards strengthening bilateral relationship between the two important nations, as both of them hold a lot of importance in the maritime sector specifically?
So I think India and Philippines have enjoyed multifaceted and very cordial relations in the past few years. In recent times, we've seen that because of the tensions that have arisen in the South China Sea and the threat to the security situation, freedom of navigation, etc., in that area, both India and Philippines have got together and have started collaborating a lot in terms of defense, security, and especially in terms of Coast Guard and service-to-service arrangements. But today we've seen a whole range of new MOUs which have been signed. And these not only concern the strategic partnership and a roadmap about what India and Philippines will do till 2029, but also some very important sectors. For example, tourism was a much neglected sector so far, but the MOU that has been signed today and simultaneously the announcements about easing of visa restrictions, in fact making visas free for Indians to go to Philippines and India making it an e-visa free for Filipinos to come to India, will go a long way in people-to-people contacts. And also in terms of the science and technology program that has been agreed upon, plus the space cooperation program, the digital MOU, and similarly the agreements that have been signed in the defense and maritime sphere, they're all going to contribute a lot to the growing ties between India and the Philippines.
Also, Ambassador Wadhwa, India's relationship with the Philippines, they also hold a special integral pillar of India's Act East policy, Vision Mahasagar and the vision of the Indo-Pacific. How this particular visit will help in embracing trade, development and security under India's Mahasagar vision?
So Philippines and India are both maritime powers, and India has a special focus now on connection with countries who lie in the path of its trading sea lanes, especially in the South China Sea, in the Indian Ocean, and also in the Pacific. And India is focused very much on this aspect of linking, these sea lanes together, making them secure for the future. And Philippines will play a very important role in that respect. It's a very important maritime nation in the ASEAN group of countries, and Philippines is also placed today to help India to play a major role in terms of liberalization of trade, having a review of the free trade agreement that India has with the ASEAN, and at the same time it's lent its full support to India's fight against counterterrorism. So all these are very important gestures on the part of Philippines. And India will views Philippines as an important partner in that respect.
Right. And also after the year 2023, Philippines held a joint Navy exercise, and that too with India in the South China Sea. Does that reflect India and Philippines deepening maritime cooperation?
Absolutely, because, the maritime aspect has strengthened quite a bit in the past few years. And I gave you the background of why this has happened. But it's not just, the defense cooperation, but also in terms of the Coast Guard services coming together, both countries exercising together. As we speak today, there are 3 Indian naval vessels exercising with the Filipino, Navy. And at the same time, we also have now service-to-service cooperation. And today we saw the signature of 2 new MOUs for services cooperation, Army to Army and Navy to Navy. Now, all this is going to add up to this growing relationship that we have in security and defense, coupled with what has happened in the space field. And that's again, space is a very important segment of the maritime domain awareness, which is growing between India and Philippines. India has also welcomed the presence of Philippines in its fusion center in Gurugram, along with other like-minded countries. So this is a big gesture, and we will see a lot of strengthening of cooperation in this particular field going forward.
Indeed, and also, the President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. also condemned the Pahalgam terror attack and extended support to India's fight against terrorism. How do you see this particular area of cooperation, understanding and deepening diplomacy between both the countries?
So Philippines was one of the countries that extended full cooperation and support to India when the Pahalgam terror attack happened. And since then, Philippines has constantly encouraged India to do its best to cooperate with others and also take whatever steps are necessary to counter the threat that India faces in this regard. Today, again, the President, while addressing the press, has once again reiterated the stand of Philippines, which is a very encouraging gesture from his part as far as India is concerned.
All right. Thank you so much, Ambassador Wadhwa, for joining us and bringing us a rounded perspective on India-Philippines bilateral ties and deepening cooperation in various sectors.